Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Cheesy peas. Do you like cheese? Do you like peas? Then you love cheesy peas. Cheesy peas.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper.
And a good evening to everybody. Happy Sunday. I am 350 and welcome back to my channel. So this evening I've decided to quickly put together another wine review. I realised lately I've been making implications that Bordeaux red wine or budget Bordeaux red wine is not likely to be particularly good. So what I aim to do in this video is to maybe disprove that and find out in 2015 whether you can buy and enjoy a budget bottle of red Bordeaux. So I've got with me today or tonight is a Chateau Pouillac 2020 vintage from Waitrose. It's currently for sale for £7.99 exactly. Yeah, so £8 for a Grand Von de Bordeaux. It's worth a try. I'm sure, you know, for £8 I shouldn't really try to be too harsh. However, the expectations are that it's not going to blow anyone away in terms of intensity or complexity. So it'll be worth a shot, and we'll see how this one fares up. So if you watch this space, I want to go ahead and uncork this wine. But for those who have not seen my channel before, please send a like if you enjoyed the video and the content, and please subscribe also, as it's very important to my channel and it will help me a great deal. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go and get this bottle opened, and then I'll be right back. Bottle's opened, and let's go for the first taste. So I've gone for the Pinot Noir, sorry, I beg your pardon, Burgundy wine glass, to give this Bordeaux best possible stage to showcase itself. Okay, just checking the colour. Yeah, it's starting to show hints of brown. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera here, the video. But with a 20, bearing in mind it's yeah, pushing 5 years old, that is perfectly normal and to be expected, as they tend to lose the red aspect of the colour and starts to move towards the brown side of things. So yeah, just a test its perfume. Okay, it's starts. Yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. It's got a few things going on. I could detect a little bit of leather, a little bit of oak. Yep, the classic Bordeaux spices in there. So yeah, it's not bad, you know. £7.99. Remember, it's yeah. If I was blind tasting this and you never told me the price, I would think just by the smell alone it would be a lot more than that. So okay, I'm going to give it a taste now. That's actually not bad at all. There is certainly things going on the palates right now. It's it's interesting delivery as well. The initial impact is quite moderate, and I think it starts to it's the mid range. That's when you start to pick up the different characteristics of the wine. So that leather is there. That sort. It's hard to describe when people describe leather, but if you drink enough wines that have that characteristic, I think you'll be able to. In terms of body, I would say mid to full body. It's not absolutely full body, but it's not exactly light either. It's kind of teetering in between the two ends of the scale. It certainly tastes like a wine that has aged a bit, and maybe, dare I say, a bit of oxidation as well. So it's one of those. What I mean by oxidation is it starts to become a little bit, how shall I say it? I wouldn't say acidic. It's similar to that. It just, the vibrancy of the fruit has diminished. All the other characteristics like the oak and the leather, as I mentioned before, starts to come forward. So I think it's something that you would have to just try, and if you like it, great. If you don't, then fair play. £8, £7.99. You really can't grumble too much, really. But in my opinion, this type of tasting profile, makes it a good match with food. Similar to the way how I look at Italian wine. Sometimes it's got a certain characteristic that gets your taste buds going, and it's got that aperitif nature about it. So it certainly gets you gets the appetite kick-started. So so far it's exceeded my expectations. However, my expectations were rather low, to be honest with you. However, it's not too bad. I would be okay drinking this. I would be okay drinking this with maybe some cheese. So a little bit of Comté, goat's cheese. I think it could take even the stronger cheeses that leave itself on your palate. I think this would work with it also. It won't be masked away. In terms of grip on the palate, so what I mean by grip is the sensation of structure, the sensation that it's leaving some of its signature flavour and taste in your mouth, even though after you've sipped the wine. And there's a little bit of it lingering still. So compared to some of the other wines that I've tested recently, so for example the Rioja. The Rioja drops off in terms of how much it lingers in the mouth, whereas this kind of continues to remain. So this wine, I would say, best to be shared rather than helping yourself to a few generous glasses of it, unless you happen to really love it. But based on my experiences, it would be quite a challenge to continue drinking more than let's just say one large glass or a couple of medium glasses. I mean, I'm trying to look at this in a very balanced way. There are aspects of it that I do enjoy. There's aspects of it I'm not quite keen on, as I experienced before with cheaper Bordeaux's. It doesn't quite have the silkiness that you'd want. Some of the nicer, better made Bordeaux's will have a more of a silky characteristic. So it simply makes its drinkability so much nicer. The nose, it lacks a few other things that would make it very interesting, but it does enough to separate itself from an extremely budget wine. I'm talking about your £5.99 screw top variety. I'm not sure who this vigneron is, but they're based in a region. Let me look at the notes again. So Entre de Meuse region. So that is, I've actually did some a brief bit cursory research. They're based in the southeast of the Bordeaux region. It's technically, I would say, right bank, but not that it matters at at this price level. It doesn't enter the discussion. Doesn't really matter. But in terms of grape variety, it's predominantly Merlot, so 60%, followed by 20% Cabernet Sauvignon and 20% Cabernet Franc. So there is inherent complexity there just by mixing the grapes together. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. There's a case of something exceeding the sum of its parts, and I wouldn't say this is one of them. I would just say it is what it is. Anyway, I'll give it another taste. A few sips on, and it is abundantly clear, the fruit, the grape, the fruit, the sweetness, the vibrancy is no longer there, or if it's ever been there at all, I'm not sure. Very much dominated by the spice, the leather, the oak. And if that's your thing, then great, go for it. And because of that, I think it goes well with food, savoury food, cheese, meats, perfect. Bread as well. I'm not going to try and think of any positives other than what I've already laid out. And in terms of the negatives, I have tried to articulate that to the best of my ability. So overall, it is for £7.99. If you want a wine, a French wine, a Bordeaux, if you have to have a Bordeaux, then yes, for a very limited budget, £8. Then yeah, it's not too bad. Go for it. Have it with food. You say you're cooking a steak or anything rich, red meat, sauce, heavy sauces, cheese. By all means, pour yourself a glass of this, and I'm confident that you will find it an enjoyable accompaniment to your meal. On its own, I would say it will be a bit of a struggle. I think you'll be quite fatigued from the lingering of on the palate with it, and it's not really much else to compensate for that, I don't think. So it is better than I expected it to be. At least that's one positive, but it's not blowing me away. I don't think I've ever come across any Bordeaux, under £15 that would make you think, this is good. I'm certainly getting some more. And even around £15 to £20, you're still gambling. It's hit and miss still. So I hope you found that useful. Don't let this review discourage you from trying or drinking Bordeaux. Who am I to knock them, really? Bordeaux, the region, collectively, they produce the most fantastic red wines on the planet. And there's going to be, with the sheer volume, the sheer amount of winemakers out there, there's going to be sublime ones and there's going to be mediocre ones, and there'll be some in between that. So that's really it from me. So thank you again for watching, and I am 350, and don't forget to give me a like if you enjoy the content, and please subscribe because I will be following up with more content very frequently. So I'll make sure your subscription to my channel is very worthwhile. I won't be disappearing. I'm absolutely wired up, excited to keep creating new content. So I'm always looking forward to putting up the next one onto YouTube. So yeah, so I won't be too long. So I'll see you all again soon, and have a good evening all.